Hello everyone, my name is Tal and welcome for today's workshop. Please let me know that you're with us today by writing in the chat where you're from and if you know Big View. And in the meantime, I just want to note that this workshop will be recorded and available for watching after the live event, so don't worry about missing parts. And at the end, as always, we will have a Q&A session, so all of your questions will be answered. So in this workshop, we will learn why you need to have a cover story on LinkedIn and what is it really. So for this, I invited Véronique De Prycker. She is a B2B online strategist and leadership expert. So help me welcome Véronique. Hello, Véronique.
Hi, Tel. How are you? Great to be back. Ooh. Well, cover story indeed. It's such an interesting and new feature that LinkedIn rolled out a few months ago. And maybe you already have it, or maybe you don't, but don't worry because they're rolling it out to everyone. So you don't need to have a paid account for it to appear on your profile sooner or later. And to be honest, I was so happy when I saw that they finally have this feature, because this is a story that I've been telling to all my students for the past 6 years, I believe. Every time we were talking about the profile picture, I always mentioned, what would it be like if LinkedIn would only give us the possibility to add a video here instead of only the picture? Because imagine that people coming on your profile, they only see maybe a few pictures, and maybe they're good pictures, like your profile picture and your background picture, and some text. And that's all they see. And they are watching, let's face it, a cold screen, right? That is not speaking to them, that is not talking to them. So I always thought it was quite obvious that they would one day or another add that feature to the profile itself too. And now finally it's here. This year they rolled it out. And as I said, you might get it soon, or you might already have it, or maybe you haven't discovered it yet. So let's find out how you can find out whether you also have it or not. Don't hesitate to write your questions in the chat, because we will be answering them at the end of the session. And I made a little presentation just to give you some more details, or sometimes it's practical to be able to read some stuff. So what is it actually, cover story? It's a video which you can add in addition to your profile picture. So your profile picture will not go away, but as a matter of fact, it's actually behind your cover story, behind your profile picture, and that's how it's shown to the public. And why would you use it? Like I already said, you will give some extras to your the people that are watching you. Now, LinkedIn itself says adding a short introductory video adds to the credibility of your profile and enhances your personal brand. And that's exactly what it does. Because like I said, people only come on a screen on your profile, and they don't see much. You can only give some text and some pictures, but in this case, now they can get to know you a little bit better. They can hear your voice, they can hear what you say, how you say it, they can get a feeling of your energy. So you add to your credibility. And also the fact that you also have to realize that you only get 3 seconds before people either are attached to your profile or they go away again. So let's don't forget that that is a very important thing. So how long is the video that is given to you right now? It's not that long, actually. It used to be 20 seconds, and now it has become 30 seconds. And when people come on your profile, they can get a glimpse already of it of 3 seconds, because then the muted preview will appear also on your screen, or on their screen. And so that's what they will see. Again, these 3 seconds, that's normally the time that you can either get the attention of people or they click away, because there are a million other people like yourself, maybe in the same expertise, not exactly the same person, of course. That's why you can use all the other features on LinkedIn, and also this one, to stand out and be unique. Now, what are a few of the do's and don'ts? Because 30 seconds is not a lot, so you have to use them wisely. A don't is absolutely, don't start with your name. I mean, they can already read it under your profile picture. So why start with your name? You might intertwine it somewhere in the middle just to present yourself a little bit more professionally, but don't start with your name. Don't tell what you do, because people are not interested in what you're going to do for them. They are only interested in what you can, how you can solve their problems or what you can mean for them, not what you do as such. Also, don't tell them how long you're already doing what you're doing, because that doesn't interest them either. I mean, it doesn't give you any extra credibility, maybe a little bit, but not really in a sense that they can use that for their problems or their needs. And also, don't go into details too much. Again, 30 seconds is not a lot, so you need to use that time wisely. So what would I recommend you to do? I would definitely address your ideal target client directly. Start maybe with asking a question. Describe also problems that they have, the ones that you can solve, of course, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. Also, ask it like a question. Like I said, address your ideal target client as when you describe them, and maybe you can ask if you recognize yourself in, and then you make it, just you give a description of your ideal client. So you can ask it like a question, because then immediately you are talking to their brain, which has to answer. Because if I ask you a question, you will also immediately answer, not maybe literally, but your brain will answer. So that's why it's a good strategy to start with a question. And if you want to make a description of what you do exactly, is what is in it for them. So always think from their point of view. I mean, if you have studied a little bit of marketing, then this is quite obvious, but I wanted to make sure that for those who don't really study marketing yet, or some tips and tricks of marketing, that you know too, and for the others, it's a good repetition, I believe. Describe also maybe how you can help them, right? So maybe you can describe what it is exactly that you do to solve their problem or to meet their need. But also don't go too much into detail, because the way to a solution is not really what a lot of people interest. What their interest is mostly on the solution or meeting their needs. What is a very good thing to do is also describe the results that they will get. Maybe you can fill in some other dots, and maybe you can end the video with a call to action. If you recognize yourself in this, then I can help you with XYZ. So those are a few do's that you should definitely integrate in your cover story. I would definitely recommend to work with a script. And of course, BigView has the possibility to work with a prompter, which is a great feature on BigView. So you can make your script up front, because 30 seconds, if you start to lose your words, or if you start to don't know what you're saying anymore, or if you start to drift off, that's not a good thing, of course. So I would definitely recommend to work with a script. Even if you only work with some bullet points, that's good too, but keep it to a script, because otherwise you will be lost and you will go over those 30 seconds for sure. Maybe you can start with a few pictures showing yourself on the job. Are you working with clients? Are you working with products? Are you on stages sometimes? Those may be pictures that you can use at the beginning of your video. Address your ideal target client or their problem, like I said. Also describe what or why you can help them. Describe some results. And finish ideally with a call to action. Again, if you ask them a question to do something, then they're more likely to act upon it. If you leave it open, then they will not act upon it, or much lesser than when you ask the question directly. Now, how do you do that? It's from your mobile app, by the way. So I have made some screenshots here because I didn't want to be caught up in some technical stuff today, because I also want to be concise and give you a good presentation. So this is a screenshot of the home, as you can see, the home screen on my mobile app. And what you do then is you click on your own picture, not on your story, but above your story, you click on the profile picture itself. Then you will see this screen. Then you can tap on View Profile. We come on your profile. And as you can see here on my profile, you see an orange ring around my picture. Not really my color, as you can see, but it's a nice touch. And this is the way how you can detect if you also already have the feature of a cover story. Because if you go on my profile and you can see this orange ring, it means that you also already have the feature of cover story yourself. If you don't see the orange ring yet, it means you don't already have that feature, but don't despair, because like I said at the beginning, LinkedIn is rolling those features, new features always out over a period of time, so you will get your chance too. And then, of course, we click on the profile picture, and this is the screen that will appear. And here you can see, in my case, because there is already a cover story, of course, I can click on View or Edit. In your case, it will be, if it's the first time that you're going to add a cover story, then you will see Add Cover Story. And that's how you can add already a video that you taped, or you can start taping it there. Now, I would really recommend, of course, to work with the Big View app. And then I have some technical stuff that is important for you to know. Because first of all, if you work with subtitles on your video, oops, and I see that I have a typo there, keep your sentences short. Because as you can see, it's only a circle. So if you would make long sentences, then they would not appear on the video. So ideally you have short sentences, or you can put two sentences underneath each other. And then it will also appear quite well in the cover story behind your picture. If you will be talking on the video, if you are not just using, let's say, stuff from what you do or products that you work with, but if you will be talking, don't stand too far away from the camera, because otherwise people won't see, as you already saw probably, or as you can see on my profile, what you see is quite small. And so if you would stand too far away from the video, from the camera, people can't really see you. That was my first mistake that I made. And still, I would like to make a new video. Time has been an issue for me today, or the last few months. But I will soon be making also a new video. And of course, this is something that can evolve with you and your business. So it's not something that is static, right? Tip number 3, use the square option when you are optimizing your video through the Big View app. At a certain moment, you can choose to make a square video. And that's absolutely what I would recommend you to do, because that is the best version that you can use as for your cover story. And of course, work with a script. from your prompter. Ideally, you make the video when you work with subtitles, and maybe you want to add an intro and an outro. I wouldn't work with the intro. I would work with an outro maybe, because then people can have some extra information about you. Don't work with the intro, because then you would lose the strength and the power of those first 3 seconds. But ideally, you make your video only 29 seconds, because I discovered that when it's really 30 seconds, and when I optimized the video with all the features that are available on the BigView app, LinkedIn didn't accept the video, and it said that it was 30 seconds, but LinkedIn said that it was too long. So I would recommend to maybe go only to 29 seconds, and then you have a good chance that LinkedIn will accept the video that you worked on through the BigView app. If you want to link with me, this is where you will find me. And of course, you have the QR code also maybe here. And I made it a very short video here, or a very short slide. Oops, and I should actually, where am I right now? Oops. Yes, there I am
You're
again.
back with us. You can put the last slide again. It was a little bit short, I think. We can see your details again. In the meantime, I will send you in the chat all the information about BigView and about Véronique if you want to contact her. I am sending it right now, and feel free to ask questions. I saw that you did already, but if you have more. So we had a few questions all related to sharing the link. We have a question from John. He is asking if he can share it.
Share which link? Oh, my link of my profile, he means?
No, I think for the cover story.
The link of the cover story. I'm not sure I understand what he refers to.
Or maybe they're talking about the link for the event. If it is, it's recorded and it's inside YouTube, so you can use it afterwards if it's about that. But I don't know, someone answered here, Ed, if it helps. Okay.
And were there other questions, Tal?
So, John says this video right now. Yes, you will see it on YouTube. What streaming video are you using? We're using Restream to broadcast this event. Do you have any more questions for Véronique about cover story or about BigView? We're here to help. So, how long this feature exists, Véronique?
I think they started rolling it out at the beginning of 2021, but I'm not quite sure, because they don't let me know when they release new features. They don't really do lives about that, unfortunately. But do you have a cover story example? Well, because it's on the mobile app, go have a look on my profile. Colombia with, I don't know, I can't really see the name. There's no name. It's a brand probably who asked that question.
Yeah, I send the link for Véronique LinkedIn again, so you will be able to see an example there in her profile. Great. Any other questions? Okay. So thank you for informative. Oh, she loved to see full screen. You can see it also in the web or not?
Yes. I have just.
I can go into your LinkedIn page if you want and share it.
Well, I'm gonna try to share my screen again. Have a look. Which tab? No, that's not really this one, I believe. Here, share. Can you see my profile now, Tal?
Yes.
Okay, so if I click on my picture, then you can see here, view the cover story.
Can you show them again how you reach the cover story?
Yes. Okay. Let's have a look. So first of all, when you come on your profile, oops, it's doing other stuff right now. If you come on your profile, you always, when you use the website on your desktop or laptop, you always end up on the home page. So either you access your own profile here, or you can also use it here. Do that here. But let's go here. If I click on my own name, then I end up on my own profile. And as you can see, the 3 seconds, it starts to play immediately. But if I really click on it, then I get this. And maybe if you are on my profile, it probably will start to play automatically. But on my own profile, I can click again, view, and then this is what you see. So it's actually quite simple. People can go on their own profile or on someone else's profile, and then as you can see, it starts to play automatically. First, those 3 seconds muted, and then if you click further on it, then people will see the whole video.
Great.
I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, I think so. And we have another question from Angela about the CTA, the call to action button.
Yes. No, there's not really a button because that's not integrated yet. It's also quite small. So what I meant by that is that you say, or you have something to say that looks like a call to action. In my case, if you recognize yourself in my ideal client, or if you recognize yourself in that problem that I'm mentioning, like not having enough visibility, then I'm the right person for you. Something in that sense.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much, Veronique, for coming.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me again.
Sure. Oh, we have, will this be accessible later? Yes, as we said, it's recorded and available in YouTube, in Big View's YouTube channel. And thank you for coming, everyone, and see you in the next workshop.
Thank
Goodbye,
you,
everyone.
Tal. Have a great night. Bye.